Great things, great things, great things. Welcome in to Words on a Higher Note, our space to reflect, reset, rise, and remember who we really are beneath the layers. I'm your host, Jalen, and I'm glad you're here today. This reflection, titled Not Just a Whisper, reveals the reason behind why I started Words on a Higher Note. The other night, a thought came to me. It was 1:43 a.m. It came and went, and all I could do was reach for my phone and write this. Thought came and went. I guess it wasn't meant to be. Not at this time. It was just a fleeting thought, but as I wrote it down, it began to take shape, transforming. And what appeared as a fleeting thought is now this reflection, a moment held within Words on a Higher Note. You see, I began writing down my thoughts in my phone to keep them safe, especially now since my memory isn't as sharp as time gone past. I try to hold on to my thoughts a little longer, to remember them, to develop them, and to honor them. And that's where this offering lies, in those quiet, brief thoughts that hover in the space between showing up and moving on. While this specific note came recently, it reminded me of how in 2023, something stirred. I was moved to finally give form to the whispers that had long lived within me. And this one thought, captured just in time, a whisper that wasn't brand new to me. It had been seeking attention for months and kept saying, "Start the podcast." What? I'm thinking this whisper must have the wrong address. Having a podcast was nowhere in my mind, so I didn't listen to that whisper. And when I didn't act on it, the whisper didn't go away. It kept returning, gently, repeatedly, almost like God was saying, "Joyce, go ahead, it's time." So I moved on it, but I couldn't continue. The vibe was not vibing. The content created didn't come from the sacred space I craved. It didn't match the frequency I was being called to. However, the thoughts kept coming and I kept writing them down, holding the thoughts that inspired me, honoring what felt bigger than me. And here's what's important to understand. What may have started out as an idea or what I thought was just an idea seemed to have been an assignment, my assignment. And that brief detour in 2023 was not a mistake. It was part of my process, something I had to go through to get me to where I needed to be. Now, let me be very clear. There was a seed that carried what I should be speaking about. It was nestled so deep within me, yet it hadn't been planted. I was carrying it without even knowing, without realizing. This seed I carried was so close, cradled in the corners of my spirit, waiting for the right soil, waiting for the right time. In early 2024, I finally placed the seed in rich, fertile soil and gave it time to take root. The soil is my spirit. The soil is my heart. The soil is my mind. And for the past year and a half, it's been taking root quietly, deeply, waiting for the right time to sprout and blossom into all its beauty. I apologize for the pause. I'm remembering how this all came to be. Certain thoughts don't just pass through. They arrive with a presence. Some I let pass. Some I reach for. I can feel their pull. I'm learning to recognize when a thought carries something deeper and when I'm being drawn to give it form. I don't know if I'm consciously choosing which ones to tend or if my spirit is guiding and directing me. However, I've grown enough to trust that what calls to me, these whispers that seek me out, are calling for a reason. They come in passing thoughts as I'm conversing, walking, driving, relaxing. There's no set time and no chosen space. They insert themselves into the moment like, here I am. Deal with me now. They reach me through layers of my thinking, ushering me into a deeper kind of listening, and they spark something in me. And from there, the reflections begin to rise. Now, what I'm explaining today is developed. But when it first started, I knew I was being directed to do something, but I didn't know exactly what or how, because I didn't let it marinate long enough to develop within me. Instead, I started down a directionless path, a path that wasn't for my assignment. And that's why it didn't last. I didn't develop it. I didn't let it develop within me. And what it needed most, what I needed most, was the space to hold what was unfolding, a sacred space to hold what was unfolding within me. And that space had to have enough room for truth, for depth, and for honest reflection. It had to be a space for pause, where words could be spoken with full expression, clarity, and care. And Words on a Higher Note is that space. It's a space grounded in intention. It's a space where the insights, the lessons, the moments that life keeps offering me can be released. Because I believe that someone, somewhere, may need to hear what's been moving, what is moving through my spirit, raising questions and nudging me to a deeper truth. And so, I leave you with this. Don't ignore the whisper. It is not weak. It's quiet and does not shout, because it requires your stillness, and it requires you to come closer to listen. And when you do, everything changes. The foundation of this podcast is built on encouragement and authentic upliftment. This isn't therapy or medical advice. It's a moment to pause and reconnect with yourself. Before we close, I invite you to take this moment further. If this reflection awakens something in you, a thought, a feeling, a moment of clarity, let's stay connected. Follow or subscribe and share the reflection with others. This is Words on a Higher Note, where reflection meets elevation, where grace meets growth, where personal evolution is not rushed, but embraced, honored, and celebrated. Until next time, keep listening for the higher note. Say, be, and it is.